Hey guys, Joshua with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be going over 2 different pawpaw retrieves. It's going to help you catch a lot more bass this summer while you're out throwing these topwater pawpars. There's no better bite than a topwater bite, and there are 2 different retrieves that you need to know how to throw. Let the bass tell you exactly which one they want, and we're going to show you exactly how to fish each one of those. We're going to go over our rod and reel setup and talk about the bait just a little bit. And then we're going to show you exactly how to do these 2 retrieves. But if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, that way you know when we put out videos. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the bait really quick. This bait is not made anymore. This is a P70 bait. They are great pawpars. If you can find any of them, go ahead and pick them up because they're really, really good. The P70 is a great topwater bait. This is a chrome and black. I've got the shad spawn going on right here, and one of the retrieves is very, very good during the shad spawn. But like I said, we're going to go over the rod and the reel setup. My line size, I always throw 15 pound on my topwater pawpars. That's what I prefer, and that's what I like. But let's go ahead and let's get straight to the retrieves, and that way you guys can learn both of them and go out and put them to the test and catch you some big bass this year on the topwater pawpar. All right, so let's go over the 2 types of retrieves that I like to use for a pawpar. Now, the first one that we're going to talk about is a lot like a walking bait. You're going to walk it just like say a Zara spook or something like that. But as it's walking, it's just going back and forth and it's spitting. Once you get that cadence down right, and you're going to see how I'm working it here in just a second. That cadence makes it just go back and forth and just spits. This P70 here is a little bit heavier, and it walks just a little bit better than some of the other ones on the market. But this one walks really good. But your rod makes a big difference. This is a 6.6 medium. I've got a review on this. This is the Bass Pro Carbon Light. I'm using 8-to-1 Daiwa Tatula. So I feel like your rod, you want a good medium action rod with a good tip to be able to work this bait properly for a pawpar. And the reason I go with 6.6 is because it helps me cast under things, under trees and docks a lot better. But as far as the retrieve goes, like I said, you're going to want to cast it up there and it's just going to spit. You're going to see how I'm working the rod. Once you get the cadence down, you're going to see how that bait walks back and forth. You can make it just, walk the dog the whole time. It's a really good way to fish a pawpar right here. This is a really good retrieve during the shad spawn. When those shad are just up there flicking on top of the water, this bait mimics that very well. It makes that little slight popping noise. It's not a real big, but they just cannot stand it when that shad spawn is going on. One little tip that I will give you on any topwater, and we've talked about this a lot on the channel, is good quality hooks. Now, as you catch fish on a bait, especially treble hooks, these hooks are going to get dull. They're not really that expensive, and you can, like right now, these are Mustad triple grips right here, and man, you can't not replace them because you're going to lose fish with not replacing them. One thing that I do like about this bait that I mentioned is it's a little bit heavier, and it helps me a lot, especially when I'm trying to underhand up under docks. Like I said, this is a P70, and you can just really get up underneath there. But that is the one retrieve walking the bait. Now the next one is pretty much what everybody's pretty much familiar with, is the pop. But I see a lot of people that fish it and they make it go really loud. Boom, boom. I don't really like that. I've never really had a whole lot of luck with it. What I like to do is, I'm going to show you, I'll flip it out and I'll give it just a little pop. It's almost like a splash. That's what I like to do. And a lot of times I'll change it up, like pop, let it set, pop, pop, let it set, pop. Really, on that, you have to let the fish tell you what you want on this bite right here. Because a lot of times they'll hit it when it pops, and a lot of times they'll hit it when it stops. That's when they'll hit it a lot of times, is when it's setting. But the one thing about this bait is it walks really, really good. If you find out that, now they don't make this bait anymore, but if you do have one and you find out that, okay, they are hitting that walking, this is the bait you need to tie on if you have some, because they are really, really good baits for walking. All right, guys, there you have it. 2 retrieves that you need to be throwing when you're throwing a popper. Let the fish tell you which one that you need to be throwing. Whether it's walking back and forth when that bait walk the dog, or when it's that pop, let it set, pop, pop, let it set, pop. The fish will tell you what they're wanting. Like I said, I like that walking cadence whenever they're early morning shad spawn. This bait really, really is really good during the shad spawn. So if you got a shad spawn going on right now, pick this up, topwater popper, walk it around just a little bit out there and see if you can't catch you some bass on the old popper. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up, and remember, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Till next time, this is Josh with Josh and Hunter's Adventures. We'll see you next time.